Got one person in chat. Hope you guys can hear me. Let's see if I can do this right here. What's going on, Antonio? What's going on, David? Can you guys hear me okay, or should I get my mic? What's going on, Nick? What's going on, MN Comic Books? Can you guys hear me okay? We can hear okay, cool. So I'm taking advantage of the fact that my son is asleep. So I'm going to go ahead and try and do a quick live here. Thank you so much for the congrats on the 5K. It's crazy. I think this is the fastest I've ever got a milestone going. It's insane. Oh, thanks, Nick. Yeah, it's actually a work in progress. I wish you guys would have seen it like before. I had to take things apart, and I had to move stuff around, like the electrode behind me in the glass. It was a mask stand for my Leatherface mask, but we just finished doing the shoot, so I haven't been able to put it back where it goes. All right, cool. Now I got chat going. Cool. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, MN Comic Books. Thanks, man. I'm glad you have faith. I had faith too, but I'm still pretty shocked. Patrick McCabe. Hey, everyone. Congrats on 5K. 4K it was just last week. Yeah. I contemplated not doing it so soon, doing the live stream so soon or the milestone so soon because it was just like last week. But I guess it's fine. I don't want to. I guess I did the live stream when I was right at 4,500, so I wanted to get a little ahead of the game now to kind of make them seem a little sprawled out. But yeah, so the stuff behind me this is my office. This is basically where I get away and do some editing and not all the time, but do a little editing in here, do a little gaming in here, and have all my toys that I love my kids to death, but these things are expensive and I don't want them to touch. So pretty much they get put in here. A little bit of what's behind me in the middle shelf of that cabinet is all my Power Ranger stuff. I'm a huge Power Ranger geek. I grew up watching the original Power Rangers, so I got a couple Legacy Morphers. I think I have 4 of them in there. I got the Ninjetti coins from the first movie. I got those really, really cheap because Toys R Us unfortunately went out of business and they were liquidating everything. So I went ahead and got those for like $25 or something crazy like that. I got the original Blaster and the original Dragon Dagger, excuse me. And then I got that really sweet Macho Man Randy Savage vintage Slim Jim dispenser that I was able to get for pretty cheap, which was awesome because I love that thing. That Jason mask I actually painted. That was the very first mask that I painted, and it's my pride and joy because I didn't think it'd come out that great. And I'm a little bit more comfortable painting them now, so I know that I can do it. But before I didn't know. Thank you so much for the congrats. Greetings from Buffalo. Hey, Connor, what's going on? If this is your first time, welcome. What's going on, Brain de la Paz? MN Comic Book says, I sold the Slim Jim Shark display recently. That's hilarious. What are the odds of that? Matthew, congrats, Pastor. Thank you so much. You watch every vid. I appreciate that, man. Congrats, bro. Coming to you from Orlando. Could we get some more D&D content? Maybe even D&D sub-campaign. Yes. Sorry about all the stuff on, that I had planned originally, like doing a D&D once a month for Patreon and stuff. The October and like the surrounding months are usually pretty crazy for me as far as like events and like doing family stuff. So I'm trying to get caught up now. I'm actually editing my next episode of My Friend Finally Watches. Holden and I were able to squeeze one in on Sunday, and Matt wasn't feeling too well, so we didn't film a lot of stuff that we normally do, so I was able to squeeze one of my videos in there. So I'm editing that now, and hopefully that'll be up this weekend. And then I got some other stuff planned, which is one of the other reasons why I wanted to do this live stream. Loving the beard. Thanks, man. It's kind of crazy right now. I got to get some product for it and get a comb and what people normally have to do with their beard. I need to start doing that because it's looking a little grisly. But thanks for the compliment. Love your vids. Hereditary made me so scared. Yeah, Hereditary it still affects me to this day. It's pretty crazy. Can't Abbas B have an exam? Hey, no worries, man. Thank you for sliding by. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Matthew Brown, greetings from Wisconsin. Nice. I always wanted to go to Wisconsin. I heard that there's a lot of tourist stuff out there as far as like breweries and stuff go. Not that I'm a big drinker, but I do appreciate what it takes to make, beer and stuff like that. Plus, I love that 70s show. So, MN Comic Books. Pastor, I messaged you on Patreon. Don't think you saw it, but your Vampires versus the Bronx video is blocked. Interesting. I think I read that. I was like really late when I got your message, and I read the preview of it, and I think all of it was in the preview. I checked it, and it seems like it's fine, but I'll have to see if I can look at it from a patron perspective. Maybe that's why I don't see what you're talking about, but I'll check on it. It's weird that it shouldn't be blocked. It's also live on my channel now for everyone to watch, so maybe it's a Patreon thing. Master Jedi Merc, congrats, Pastor. Thank you so much. Evan Wright, holidays, I understand. Yeah, holidays are crazy. Like, we did a lot of family stuff for Halloween this year, in addition to filming a full short film for Holden's channel, so I don't know how we pulled it off. I know I slept, I think, the following day for 12 hours. Vivid Cinema's here. What's going on, bro? Love that crow bus behind you, Pastor. Yeah, thanks. That's probably one of the collectibles that I hold dear the most. That I got really lucky that I snagged it. It's actually signed. You can't see it because it's on his T-shirt. It's signed by James O'Barr, or J. O'Barr, excuse me. It's what he goes by. And yeah, I love that thing. It's so awesome. They're really hard to find now. Congrats on 5K. Thank you so much. When Chadwick died, you helped me when I was at my worst. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, that video, I'm really proud of that video because that's the first time that I went ahead and opened up completely to complete strangers. I know you guys now, but back then I was still getting my feet on the ground with this whole YouTube live stream, having an actual audience thing. So I really appreciate all the support I got in that video because I did lay it all out there. It really affected me. A couple of celebrities passing really affected me really, really badly. I know Chadwick was one of them. Paul Walker was one of them. Kobe. These people I grew up. And I followed. I followed a lot. So Parker says, hey, what's going on? Chris, congrats, Pastor. Would watch more, but I have to pick up the kids from school. Hey. Thanks, I appreciate it. Drive safe, and thanks for sliding by. I just looked. I don't even see it on your page. That's weird. I'll have to check that out. I don't know why that's doing that. Live stream next week for 6K. David, that'd be great, man. Let's cross our fingers on that one. Spread the love. That's the way the community grows, bro. Can anyone else check? Oh, yeah. If anyone else has that problem, please let me know. I'll check as soon as the stream's over and try and get that fixed. I don't know why that happened with the Vampires versus the Bronx video. Malik, are you into Assassin's Creed games? If you are, you want to play the new one coming out? Yes, 100%. I am a huge Assassin's Creed fan. I actually have the Assassin's Creed A tattooed on my back. So yeah, I'm a huge fan. Yeah, Kobe, it hurt a lot. Congrats, bro. Love you all. The Friend Watchers group, here's to 10K. Thank you so much. Greetings from Utah. That's awesome. That's awesome that I'm able to reach so many different people from so many different states and countries. It's amazing. Malik, are you even gonna? Am I gonna play Cyberpunk 2020 or 2077? Yes, definitely. On your 90th birthday. Good Lord, that's awesome. Hey, congrats, man. That's awesome. 90. That's great, dude. I mean, I don't know what else. I think you're the first person I've ever spoken to in my life that's 90 years old. So, or gonna be 90 years old. Here's a early birthday coming from me to you. Papa's Tater Tots. Hey, what's up? Robin Williams, yes. That was a really, really hard one to swallow as well. Even though I was a little young when he was at his peak and when he was, tearing stuff up, I still watched a lot of his stuff, and the way he went is probably the hardest pill to swallow because, especially me working in the mental health hospital, I feel like I should be able to help everyone, and sometimes, it's, even though it's not about us, it's about them. You hate to see it. Seeing the crew grow from 100 subs to 1,000 subs and more, mind-blowing. It's great watching greatness happen. Yes, 100%. I am so grateful, so happy. I mean, I wake up every morning, and besides my kids and my wife, YouTube is a big part of my life, and I always want to check in, make sure that no one, is trying to reach out to me. And the more I grow, the harder that's going to be. But I mean, that's the nature of the beast, and hopefully I'll get, if I need more mods, I'll get more mods, and be able to reach out to everyone, whether it's 1,000 or 1,000,000 subscribers. You guys are, everything to me. So it's crazy to see this happen. Have I voted? Not yet. I'm gonna vote. The only reason why I haven't gone is because my youngest son is asleep, and I was going to go, and it was like we got like a really cold front, and I didn't have any warm clothes for him to go out, so I'm doing laundry, or I did laundry, and then I go to his room to get him ready, and he's asleep. So, but I am gonna vote. I think voting's open until 7 here. And if that's the case, which I'll double check right now, if that's the case, then my wife and I can go together when she gets off from work, because it's right down the road. Seen the few, yes, I did see the first episode of Mandalorian. It was amazing. We could talk about that, spoiler free, in case people haven't seen it yet. But yeah, trying to catch up on the chat here. Excited to see y'all new fan film. Is there anything you can say about it? Well, I can say that Leatherface is in it, because I'm starring Leatherface in that one. In the original fan film, I played Leatherface at the very end, and I also played Jason throughout the whole runtime. Jeremy, for those of you that don't know, Jeremy played Michael Myers in the first half of the video, and from the moment that I throw him into the water on the dock, that's the last scene Jeremy shot, because he actually got hurt. He hit the back of his head, and I felt terrible. It was really cold that day, miscommunication. I felt like it was my fault, and it probably was my fault, but I felt really bad because, he could have really gotten seriously injured, and he had to make sure that he was okay, and we had to continue, shooting, so we made sure that he was okay. We had him on the phone constantly the next day, and then Matt was able to wrap up the shoot, and so I'm glad that the video's doing great. And Jeremy joked and said, "I swear if you don't put that in the final cut, Holden, I'm gonna kill you," and because he really did get hurt. So, but anyway, I had my Leatherface costume in my truck. I don't know why. Maybe it was because it was Halloween season. Oh, that's exactly why it was, because it was right around Halloween, and I was like, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if I can just dress up as Leatherface halfway through, and just like show up?" And Holden's like, "Maybe." Let's see here. So yeah, that was awesome. Congrats on 5K. Thank you so much. Watching from Canada, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Good Will Hunting is a good film for my friend watch a series. Yeah, actually, that's a good one. Especially now since we're out of Halloween. I'll see what if Holden has seen it or not yet. Am I ever gonna get that blue wrench? Pastor, am I ever getting that blue wrench? I feel like I should know what you're talking about, but for some reason it's escaping me now. Prime is in the chat. Everybody give love to Prime. He's in the chat. More mods, you say. If I haven't made you a mod yet, Prime, that's going to happen, bro. Congrats on 5K. Thank you so much, Philip. I appreciate that. Yeah, everyone show love to Prime. He's in the chat. Do I work or do I stay at home dad? Well, I do both, Paul. I work part-time at a game store, working for really good friends of mine, and he's also a YouTuber, so he knows that, YouTube is basically, it can be a job. It's slowly becoming more of a job for me, but yeah, he knows that YouTube's a lot, he does it as well. So he and I bond on that, and I also work for him. So that's awesome. But I am a full-time stay-at-home dad. So I find where I can work, he allows me to, budget my time. That's really hard to get nowadays, is, to get a job that is literally willing to work with you day to day to day to day, as far as you being a stay-at-home dad and knowing that that's priority one. So he and I have a great relationship. Actually, it's him and his wife. So the three of us have an outstanding relationship. Is this a continuation of your other short film? Yes, this is part 2 of the other short film. I originally was going to write the sequel. It was going to be mainly about Leatherface, and it was going to take place in Texas. But this year, with the growth that all of us had, it just kind of escaped us, and we, Holden ended up writing a really short script. He shot it to all of us, and we all read it, and we're like, yeah, seems good enough, let's just make one so that we have it out in time for Halloween-ish. And yeah, even though it didn't come out for Halloween, I think he has it scheduled to come out for Friday the 13th. because November has a Friday the 13th, and that seems appropriate. Random Human says he'll be a mod. Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks a lot. Super chat from Crimson5106. Thank you so much for $2. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Hey, congrats on 5,000 subs. Love you, Pastor. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Love you too. Congratulations from London. You're a very likable person and have great content, mate. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Blue Wrench means mod. Oh, right. That's right. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm not sure why you don't have it. I really have to learn all this stuff, guys, to be honest. As far as like all the ins and outs of YouTube and content creation, I'm still on the learning side. So, hope you guys bear with me on that. Nick Mayfield, he means being a mod. Gotcha. Much love, Prime. Yep, show him love, guys. Do I like Walking Dead? Yeah, Walking Dead's pretty good. I am not caught up on the show. I think I'm like one season behind. But there's ups and downs with Walking Dead. I mean, a lot of it is, okay, because it deviates a little bit from the source material, and I haven't read all of the comics, so... but I like it okay. I know the first couple seasons were solid. Congrats, you deserve it. Thanks a lot, Connor. I really appreciate that. Nick Mayfield says MN is trustworthy and as hell, and he's always... Yeah, definitely, MN Comic Books doesn't need to sell himself. I know he's a great person, so congrats, man. Papa Pastor. I like that. It has a nice ring to it. Good movies to watch for my friend watches would be Planet of the Apes film, The Kingsman, and some Tarantino's. Yes, so Planet of the Apes, Holden is definitely going to do that soon. I don't know when. He and I love those movies a lot. Matt hasn't seen any of them. Same with the Kingsman movies and the Tarantino movies. He's my favorite director, besides Ari Aster, which is like my new favorite director. So yeah, he is probably going to do a couple of the Tarantino movies for Matt, because he's seen most of them, except for like Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, like the older Tarantino movies, which will be done on my channel, because Holden hasn't seen those. I just watched the series finale of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Wow, it's a series finale already? Wow, crazy. Did I see it? No, I did not see it yet. I'm actually really behind on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I only saw like season 1 and like part of season 2, so I might have to get up on that. So I have a PS5 hookup for me then. PS5? Actually, I'm trying to budget out some money to get a PS5, so we'll see if that works out. I mean, I'm going to get it eventually, but we'll see. Thanks everyone for showing Pastor love for hitting 5K. Prime, thanks man, I appreciate that, bro. Paul Childer says, so Prime, very pissed at you, by the way. Oh, why are you mad at Prime, man? Prime's great. Why are you mad? Thanks for that support and that shout out, Prime. MN Comic Books, hit that like button. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yes, please hit the like button if you like what you see. And yeah, thanks so much. Nick Mayfield says, please come film in Texas for part 3. I'd love to be an extra and have all y'all murder me. That's awesome. Hey, baby. I know I definitely want to do something with Leatherface, because it's a very fascinating character to see on screen, and the effects, would be really easy to do, as far as like, the gore and stuff. Wishy's out of here, I'm guessing. See ya. If so, see you later, bro. Who's my favorite character in Sons other than Jax? It's a good question. I haven't seen the show in a long time. I think it would probably be Opie, just because he juggled the whole life, wife life, and being, a member of the club and stuff. I really liked Chubbs as well. He was a really good rock, especially when we started learning about certain characters, in case you guys don't want me to spoil it. Certain characters started doing questionable things, and Chubbs was like there to support Jax when he was in his turmoil and stuff. So probably Chubbs or Opie, and not just because I met them and they both signed my vest, which I can pull that to show y'all closer if you'd like. That is part of the video that is part of a video that I want to do, showing off some of the stuff I got from over the years at cons. So maybe I'll just let you guys glimpse it from the background for now. Hey, Pastor, congrats on 5K. Thanks, I really appreciate it. Malik, that's one of your favorite, or MN Comic Books, that's one of your favorite shows. Yeah, it's a really good show. It's sad, but it's a really good one. Have I seen Sinister? Yes, I did see Sinister. That movie was creepy, especially the lawnmower scene in the first one. older Planet of the Apes or newer Planet of the Apes? The newer ones, the ones that have James Franco, Andy Serkis playing Caesar, the trilogy. So I think it would be Rise, Dawn, and War for the Planet of the Apes. Favorite experience watching a movie with the crew? Um, Probably Hereditary. Hereditary was, and you guys did not see a lot of it because copyright and stuff. There were a lot of scenes. Basically, when our reactions were duplicated, or we got another similar reaction to it, I kind of try to pick the best one. I picked the parts of the movie where everyone was vocal, in addition to kind of showing you where it was going a little bit. But that was probably the most, besides Endgame, because obviously Endgame was like a gigantic extravaganza. But as far as like reaction to Hereditary, I say Hereditary because I had never seen it, and I reacted, I think, a little bit more to that one because it was my first time watching it. Thoughts on Black Mirror? I think Black Mirror, I think that's a show on Netflix. I confuse it with Mirrors and something else. So if it is a show, I have not seen it, unfortunately. Let's see, I didn't get my pre-order for Xbox. I'm really hoping they have some extras in store. I hope so for you too, man. I know that this Black Friday is going to be nuts because of COVID. All the big box stores like Target and Best Buy and Walmart, they're all doing cyber Black Friday. They're not doing any in-person stuff, as far as I know. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be crazy. We'll see what happens. My poor wife, she, working for the post office, is going to be really, really, really hard on her, I'm sure. I didn't get my. Oh, I got that one already. Would you guys like to watch some Kevin Smith movies? Yes. I know Holden and I have seen most of them. I kind of introduced him to those movies, and they're pretty funny. Some of them are I don't think he's seen. I don't think he saw Dogma or Chasing Amy. Some of the ones that don't have Jay and Silent Bob. So yeah, I'm up for that, especially if he hasn't seen them. Do I like Preacher? It's a show on AMC, originally a comic book. I don't think I've seen Preacher. AMC produces pretty decent stuff, so I'll check that out for sure. Congrats, Pastor. What is my favorite romance film? Eternal Sunshine is up there for me. Romance would probably be The Princess Bride, which is coincidentally my favorite film, period. I think it has probably some of the most strongest messages about romance without being too mushy. So I think more people can appreciate that. And I think it's why it makes the film such a strong presence. There are a lot of romance films that are great. Some of them end really badly, like Nights in Rodanthe and stuff like that. But I think that's a Nicholas Sparks book. Those movies are good. But as far as like romance where I actually feel like, oh my God, you guys deserve each other, it's probably The Princess Bride. I really wanted you and your friends to watch Chucky. I love the animatronics, and Brad Dourif does a fantastic. Yeah. Oh my God, I completely agree. So Random Human, here's you. I guess it's a good time to segue into some of the announcements for future content. So Jeremy and I, as most of you know, we are horror fanatics. Look behind me. Anything that's horror or metal or anything like that, I'm all over it. Jeremy is as well. Because Halloween is over, and we have to wait until next year or whatever for Holden and everyone else to want to engage in that. Holden, Jenna, and Matt, they're not really that big into Halloween stuff. We've done a lot of it, so they're kind of burnt out. Is what I mean to say. Jeremy and I, on the other hand, every day is Halloween. Like, I was just watching. Last night I watched Salem's Lot. Today I watched like 3 of the Halloween movies. I watch this stuff all the time. So Jeremy and I have a couple of ideas for series that we want to do on our channel, or on my channel and his channel. He is currently working on a series that he wants to do, and then he and I will tape back to back, and then release them at the same time or right after each other every week. So that definitely, once he and I sit down and iron out all the smaller details, I'll be able to give you guys more concrete stuff. But I can tell you that my new series is going to be with Jeremy, and I forgot what I called it, but it's something along the lines of we rank, or something along the lines of like a tier list. And the concept, excuse me, the concept is he and I are going to watch the first kind of movies that we're going to tackle are slasher films. So he and I are going to watch slasher franchises. So we're going to start with Halloween because it was like the first big one. Then we're going to go to Friday the 13th, and then Nightmare on Elm Street, and then kind of go in order of movies that came out. I know Texas Chainsaw was before Halloween, but it didn't really. At least I don't think it became like a franchise until after the others were already established. So we are gonna do Texas Chainsaw. There is no real particular order, to be honest. It's just an order that I think it's the order that I just wrote on the piece of paper. But we're basically gonna do a tier list, and we're gonna rank each movie within the franchise, and then give one or two sentences as to why we put them where we put them, and give you guys an opportunity to engage with us and tell us what you think. Maybe we'll do it as a live series, or maybe we'll do it as a pre-recorded series with editing. I haven't really thought that through yet. Maybe I can put a poll on my community tab here, and you guys can help me decide that, which one you guys would want to see. And then either Jeremy is going to have the exact same video with his perspective, where he and I do it separately, or he's going to have a completely different series come out on his channel that he and I will film mine and then his, and then go our separate ways to do editing, and then upload them on the same day. So just to give more content for you guys coming from Jeremy and I as more of an exclusive collab, since he and I are about that Halloween life, 365 days a year. So enough rant. That's one of the announcements. Let me catch up on chat real fast. So let's see. Congrats. Thank you so much. So yeah, Random Human, that definitely Chucky is the Child's Play series is on that list. So fret not. We're gonna tackle that. Let's see, Patrick. Okay, so you guys are talking amongst yourselves. That's cool. Do I like Breaking Bad, Stranger Things, or The Office? So I haven't seen Breaking Bad yet. I know Jenna about bit my head off when I said that. That is a movie or a show I need to watch. I love Stranger Things so much, and I love The Office incredibly so as well. Matt and Jenna put me onto The Office because I was a huge fan of Friends, and they said if you like Friends, you might like The Office, and I loved The Office. I watched it all the way through like twice already. Let's see. General Kenobi. Congrats on 5K from the UK. Thank you so much. How long have I had the Green Ranger dagger behind you? So that was gifted to me by a subscriber, actually, and a close friend of mine. His name is RJ. He is a huge Power Ranger nerd as well as I am, and that was his childhood toy, and he gifted it to me because he knew that I would value it and appreciate it. And he was like, "Look, I have no room in my collection for this anymore. It's a bit in rough shape. It's missing one of the buttons. It's missing the battery cover, but I think you'd appreciate it." And I loved it, and I treasure it, so that's why it's in a glass. So I've had it for about, I want to say like 4 years now, something like that. Let's see. Are we going to watch the Saw trilogy? So I'm assuming since you're saying trilogy, you don't really like 4 through the rest of them. Wow, somebody just texted me. You have 110 people in chat. Holy cow. But as far as the Saw, yes. I mean, Jeremy and I, if we don't watch these horror movies on Holden's channel, we're definitely going to cover them if they're a franchise on this new series I'm planning to do with Jeremy. Let's see. I'm scrolling here through all these comments that I missed. View Askew Universe better than the MCU. Don't at me. Hey, View Askew Universe is really, really entertaining. So I love both of them. Kylo Ren is in the chat. Pastor, my boy, congrats on 5K subs. You deserve it. Can't wait to see more content. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. I know you've been here for a while, so I really appreciate your support and your love, man. Papa's Tater Tots. I love the new Planet of the Apes movies. That's one of the series to keep getting better and better. All of them a 10 out of 10. Yeah, they are great. They are definitely a 10 out of 10 for me as well. They're fantastic movies. Have I seen Oculus? It's a really good horror film in the vein of Hereditary. No, I have not seen Oculus. That's very interesting. I don't think I knew about that movie. So yeah, I'm down for that. Meister G, congrats, Pastor. Thanks. Logan Hall, congrats, brother. Thank you so much. Benji time. What's my favorite thing that I've done so far in my 5K, and what are my hopes to be at 10K? Wait, what do you hope to be at for 10K? I'm trying to see if I understand your question. So my favorite thing I've done so far is, I guess, get confidence enough to know that, as long as I do what I love, and as long as I'm 100% transparent, then YouTube is just going to happen. It's going to grow, and people are going to like what you see, and people are going to be engaging and stuff. I know that, there's good and bad with everything. So a lot of hobbies that I once did, like I did a lot of drawing, I did a lot of writing, like poetry and stuff, I kind of put on the back burner because YouTube has taken up most of my time. But I'm okay with that because I can always incorporate those mediums into this new form of art, because YouTube does bring me a lot of joy. I love this. I love the engagement with you guys. I love being able to afford, a phone that's good enough to do live streams, a computer that's good enough to do lives, or a game console, that kind of jazz, a camera, all of that stuff. And then the fact that, Holden, Matt, Jenna, Jeremy, and I, we're not millionaires. We definitely work off of each other. Even now, Prime has become a real. I mean, he was always a member of Nerd Team 6, but he's become more hands on with us now, and he's found time to do collabs with us and make videos with us and stuff. And we're not millionaires, but we all each have our own thing that we bring to the table. So if I can provide my home as a set, that saves us money from renting out a place. If Prime has really good lighting, he brings it over for us to use, and all that stuff. And it causes us to, have less stress when it comes to how are we going to get the production value. We just all pool our money in together, all our resources, and we try to make the best videos that you guys can get, and we're always trying to get better. We're always pushing each other to get better, and the love and the camaraderie is there. So that is probably my favorite thing. I mean, it's a monumental growth. I mean, yes, we're all kind of piggybacking off of Holden, if you want to get down to brass tacks about it, but he definitely, put us out there and gave us an audience, and then we each kind of branched off while staying connected and made our own stuff. So, and you guys love it. You guys love us each individually, and you guys love us together. And I think that's the greatest thing. We're basically like Rush, guys. Getty Lee, Alex Lifeston, and the great Neil Perk, they're amazing by themselves, but they're incredible together. And I think that's exactly how we are. A lot of congrats, a lot of hey. Hello to everyone. Thank you so much. Oasis is in the chat. Let's see. From Norway. Congrats from Norway. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Favorite director? The Real House asks, is probably going to be Quentin Tarantino, as I said in the past. But now, because Quentin Tarantino's not doing as many movies, he kind of does them here or there, and he numbers them, there's nothing wrong with that. But now I'm kind of following Ari Aster because I really loved Hereditary, and I watched Midsummer already, and I really enjoyed that, which is something I'm going to touch on in just a second. Congrats. Thank you so much. Yo, was that Macho Man? Kyle, it sure is, buddy. That is a Macho Man Randy Savage vintage Slim Jim dispenser. So it's basically him crossed like this, and then he has like a backpack, and you stick all the Slim Jims back there. I saw it at an old, like, run-of-the-mill mom and pop gas station, and offered to buy it off of them, and they were like, no, the boss is in love with it, it's an antique. We get an offer like once or twice a week from people wanting to buy it. And then I found it on eBay. Like, my wife was driving, and I got in the car, and she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm looking up this Macho Man Randy Savage thing on eBay, see if I find it. Found it for like $50, and I was like, that's insane, because I offered the clerk at the gas station like $100 for it, and she turned it down. So I was like, sweet. And it came in pretty decent condition. Let's see. Congrats. Thank you so much. Love that Batman Beyond. Yeah, Batman Beyond is awesome. Let's see. Am I going to watch Texas Chainsaw? Oh, of course. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The first one is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. By the way, Pastor, it's pretty awesome making costumes and props. Wait until you see the Jason mask. Oh yeah, I know. I did post a picture on my IG of the Jason mask, and I really, really am proud of that one. That's the second one that I painted, and I tried to emulate the mask from Freddy vs. Jason, because that's the look that Holden wanted. He wanted that tattered Jason look. So I tried to make it look a lot like it. I put the scratches in it and stuff. And I'm getting a lot more comfortable, and I'm getting a lot more confident in painting those masks and being faithful to the source material, and just overall making it look really good. And I love doing it. It's a lot of fun. I'm actually thinking about raffling off a mask that I make, like a custom Jason mask. If there enough of you are horror fans, I will definitely love to raffle one of those off, and hopefully, raffle it off sooner rather than later. I know I definitely am going to talk about, I have a lot of things to talk about, guys, but yeah, let's see what we got here on the chat. I nailed it. Love all together. I love you all individual stuff as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Snap it to a Slim Jim. Oh yeah, right? Pastor has lots of talents, from voice acting to acting, making props and costumes. Thank you so much, Emma Comic Books. I mean, I got my hand in everything. I'm a master of nothing, but a student of everything, I guess. And I love coming up with new ideas and stuff. So thank you so much for that. Pastor, have I seen Shutter Island and will the crew? Yes. So Shutter Island is a really, really good movie. Holden and I believe, saw that in theaters together. Um, it's a movie that really, really trippy, but in a good way, and it leaves you kind of like Inception. It kind of leaves you at the end going, I think Matt has seen it, but I could be wrong. I don't know if he has or not. Well, that's definitely a movie that I would love to tackle at one point or another. Have I seen Rosemary's Baby? Yes, only once though, and I don't remember it at all except for the ending. I did find it at a thrift store for like $3 on DVD, and it was like in perfect condition. So I do have a copy of it, and that is a movie that I want to watch with Ashley on my wife watches for the first time, because she has never seen it. So that is definitely on the list of movies that her and I have to watch. We've been so behind on everything that her and I have not even filmed Aliens yet. We were supposed to have that done like weeks ago. So tonight, after we vote, we're gonna put the boys down for bed, and we're gonna definitely record Aliens. So that's the first thing on the list for that series. That has to get done ASAP. Congrats, Pastor. Keep grinding. Yes, thank you so much. I definitely intend to. I'm gonna keep making videos, and hopefully you guys like them. Let's see. And also, it's cool. I give a small streamer shout out in chat or nah. I mean, yeah, it's fine. I don't really, I know that some people get really mad about, don't cross promote on someone's stream. I mean, as long as that's not what the stream is about, I don't mind. I don't know how to do an official plugin, nor do I kind of want to do that. Unfortunately, I hope that's okay. But if you want to mention someone's name, to kind of for the people in chat, I'm okay with that, as long as it's not something illegal, or you guys know what I mean. Let's see. We all think you're pretty much a master. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. So glad you got to your next mark. Loving all the content. As always, Pastor, congrats. Thank you so much, Larissa. I really appreciate that. How did I get the name Pastor? It's a good question, Joseph. So Pastor is a family name. That was my grandfather. That is my grandfather's name. That was my great-grandfather's name and his father's name. So I'm the fourth, or technically the fifth, because my uncle was named after my grandfather. So yeah, it's a family name. I did not name any of my boys that because I didn't want that to be a super long tradition. I just wanted to start my own tradition with my family or with my immediate family. So nothing. I love my name, but it's definitely a family name, and I that's where it comes from. 5,000 subs. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. You guys, all the congrats, all the cheers and everything. Thank you. I'm going to get to 10K quickly. Hopefully. I mean, that'd be great. That'd be amazing. Ari Aster's fantastic. He said his next film is going to be a 4-hour comedy. Yes, I am definitely in. 4-hour horror comedy? Yes, 100%. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is probably the first horror comedy that comes to mind besides like Shaun of the Dead. But, I love those movies. They're great. Are we planning to do more franchises like Blade Runner, Alien, Terminator, Jurassic Park, Mad Max, or Mission Impossible? So my wife and I are currently working on Alien. Her and I have a series on my channel here at Snapkey Videos, where it's my wife finally watches, or I think it's my wife finally watches, or my wife watches blank for the first time, and I basically show Ashley, my wife, movies that she has not seen that most people have seen. So kind of like Holden and Matt's series that Holden has on his channel, and the series I have with Holden on my channel, but it's my wife instead of Holden. And a lot of them are her and I at home, kind of like how Holden does with Jen, where it's just the two of them because we do it on our own time in between, weekdays and stuff. So hopefully you guys will check that out. I know we couldn't film Alien because we had technical difficulties, but Aliens, we should be good to go on that. And then once we knock out Aliens, we're going to do the Predator series. That way we can wrap it up with AVP. And then I'm probably going to do a poll on my channel community tab asking you guys what other franchises you would like for her to watch, or movie standalones. And as long as she hasn't seen them, green light. Quick question. If Matt hasn't seen it, will you show him The Pursuit of Happiness? Arthur Plays, actually, that is Matt's favorite movie of all time. So he's definitely seen it. If you guys would like to, I'm sure if you ask Matt for a video or a live where he dedicates a segment talking about why he likes it, I'm sure he'd be up for that. What is my favorite comedy film? That's a very good question, Malik. Honestly, I couldn't tell you that right now. I can give you some of them. I really like the Ace Ventura movies. Baby's Day Out is hilarious. That's actually on a list, I think, for Holden to watch. So much content. We just have to find the time to do it. Like Matt says, not find time, make time. Pastor, what's my favorite holiday? Halloween. That is the easiest question I think I've been asked today so far. Halloween is my favorite holiday. It always has been, and it's a holiday I always try. And I say I always try, but I always celebrate it in one way or another. Would I count the Alien series as a slasher franchise? Well, definitely Alien is a horror movie. It's a slasher movie, serial killer movie, whatever you want to call it. The second one is like an action-packed blockbuster, and then it kind of ebbs and flows in between there. So I would count the first Alien as a slasher movie. Thoughts on Mandalorian season 2 episode 1? I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I think it's ambiguous enough. I know that there's a lot of Easter egg videos and stuff on YouTube. People talking their theories and why it is or isn't Boba Fett, whatever. I think it's awesome that it is ambiguous because Boba Fett was, even though he wasn't a clone, he looks like the clones. So we don't know if that was Boba Fett or not. I definitely was Boba Fett's armor because they focused a lot on the helmet and showed all the pictures and stuff. So I'm not going to spoil it, but I don't know. A lot of people are talking about it. So hopefully you all have seen that. I mean, they've been talking about Boba Fett being a part of it forever, so I'm going to stop myself before I spoil it. But I love that it's ambiguous, is my point. I love that we don't know, at least I don't know for sure, and I don't want to read too much into it because I want to watch the episodes as they come out and then kind of be surprised or whatever. Favorite slasher franchise out of all of them? Halloween. Halloween is my favorite slasher franchise because of the respect I have for it and how it started the franchise. Really, it took it off the ground and stuff. As far as the most entertaining horror franchise, it would probably be, objectively, either a Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th because they are just so over the top. Halloween, with the exception of what I call, as much as I love her, what I call the Danielle Harris trilogy, which is like 4, 5, and 6, where it gets out there, not because of her, but because of the Colt Thorne and all that kind of crazy stuff. With the exception of that, the Halloween movies are more realistic. Take the supernatural element out of Michael being invulnerable, and it makes it more realistic. As far as like entertaining, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, they're just so over the top, and they're so crazy that they're super entertaining. But Halloween 1978 is my favorite slasher film. Actually, I take that back. I like Halloween 1978 and Halloween 2 because the Dick Warlock mask was so scary for me growing up, which is why I have it in that box right here. That is an actual Dick Warlock mask, which I'm gonna include that in the video, showcasing all my junk and stuff. But yeah, so Halloween 2 really scared me, but Halloween 1 was just flawless. Let's see. Yep, Prime. Yep, Boba Fett was definitely an unaltered clone. Right, that's correct. Yep. Since I love Tarantino, have I watched Death Proof? I think it's extremely underrated. Yes, Death Proof was really entertaining. Kurt Russell, obviously amazing. The concept was really cool. It was a lot like if Knight Rider was a bad guy in a way, kinda. I did enjoy it a lot. I think I liked it a lot more than Planet Terror, not just because I'm biased to Tarantino, but I just enjoyed it more, I think. I thought the Assassin's Creed movie was the worst movie I'd ever seen. No offense to anyone who liked it. Philip, as far as that movie goes, my only opinion is I kind of liked what they did with the Animus, except, instead of it being like basically a gigantic beach chair that you just lay in, I liked that it was kind of like a arm that allowed you to jump and move. It kind of made more sense to me because when I have a very intense dream, where I'm physical and I'm running, there are times where I move in my sleep or I jolt. My dog does it too. Like my dog will start like running and then stop and then run. So it makes more sense to me that they gave him a way of like being active. The movie I did not think was great at all. I really enjoyed I think it's Assassin's Creed Lineage, which was like a little short film that was like a prequel to the second game. I thought that was the best Assassin's Creed live action we've gotten so far. So I agree with you that it wasn't a great movie, but the Animus was the only thing I really enjoyed about it. Assassin's Creed getting a Netflix series, I'm not surprised. Hopefully Netflix doesn't do what they've been doing, which has really peed me off, man. Like they make all these great shows and then they just cut them off. Like they just stop them. And all of them are not like amazing, but they're entertaining enough that I'm like, dude, we want an ending. Give us a ending. I'm okay with you saying we have a 3-season limit, 4-season limit, whatever, but give us a coherent ending. Like Santa Clarita Diet is the biggest one where I'm like, guys, the show was so unique, so entertaining, the casting was amazing, the acting was amazing, and then you guys like give us a terrible ending where it's not even a cliffhanger. Like you would literally have to think it through to come up with your own ending. It's not something that you can go, oh well, this happened, and they just didn't show it. No, they just abruptly ended it and then nothing. So I'm okay with Netflix. I just have a qualm with them, and as far as them cutting their original shows way too short, or not too short, but too abrupt and not giving us a proper ending. Hopefully they quit that, because that's annoying. Did I ever watch Ash vs. Evil Dead? Yes. I did not finish it, so I need to finish it, Arthur. But I did enjoy the first couple episodes I saw. Predicted a week before it was announced. I'm super hyped. That's awesome, man. Let's see. You would like the Strangers 1 and 2? Yeah, I did watch both Strangers movies. I enjoyed the first one more than the second one, but the second one had a really good soundtrack. I think it's Tiffany's, I Think We're Alone Now, sample, I guess was what you would call it, was really cool. Let's see. Turned into an AC conversation. Have I seen Tarantino written film that he didn't direct? True Romance From Dusk Till Dawn and Natural Born Killers are really, really good. Especially From Dusk Till Dawn is great, the first half of it. The second half, I was like, you know. Let's see. Pastor, you're talking about Assassin's Creed Lineage, masterpiece. Yeah, it was really good. Have I seen Lucifer? Lucifer is a show that I have not finished. My wife is caught up. I do enjoy it though. I like the fact that it is not that I'm not trying to get religious, but if those of you out there are religious in that, which I don't even know what they call themselves, but I enjoyed the fact that Lucifer was like sympathetic as far as I got to it, and it's very fun. It's a fun show. It's not the greatest show ever to me, but it's definitely an entertaining show, and I do want to finish it eventually. Pastor, have I read the comics Why the Last Man? No, I have not. I haven't even heard of that comic. At least I don't think I have. Interesting. What's it about, MN Comic Books? Have I got a favorite Stanley Kubrick film? Clockwork Orange is a great one. For me, it's The Shining. The Shining, still to this day, is one of the most unsettling movies. We watched it on... Was it Halloween the first time? I can't remember where I watched it with my family, like when I was a kid, and I didn't realize that the little girls were ghosts when Danny sees them for the first time, because they kind of show up when he's in like the kitchen or the arcade room or something, and he's talking to them, and they kind of just look at him and then just like walk out. And then later on you find out that they're ghosts because of how he sees them, and the story that you find out about later. I think you find that out later. But that got me like so hard. I love those little girls. I have a t-shirt with just the little girl standing there because they're so creepy. And I enjoyed the fact that the movie, even though Stephen King hated Kubrick's film, the movie made you afraid of the hotel. It was horrifying. All the ins and outs, the fact that the floor pattern was just so like crazy and trippy. The scene where they go in and like the I almost call him a headmaster, but the man that has the office, when you walk in, there's a window behind him, but when you see Jack Torrance walking towards that continuous shot of him walking, you see that there's a hallway. There should not be a window there. And then people have been questioning, or they used to question Kubrick about that, and he's like, people were like, dude, don't question it. He literally meticulously thought through everything, so that has a purpose as well. So I love The Shining. 2001: A Space Odyssey is incredible. Yes, that movie is really good. I have to watch it. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. I do own it, but I need to sit down and watch it. Pastor, what's my favorite Assassin's Creed and favorite Assassin's Creed game? My favorite assassin is Altair. I really, really enjoy the fact that he was, such a he was so pure. Like, he had to give his finger up for the creed. He was so gun ho about it. He was not afraid to speak his mind and all that. My favorite game, however, was 3. I played 3. I put so many man hours into that game. I had so much fun with that game. Joshua Rojas, what's going on, bro? Have I seen Doctor Sleep yet? If you have, how was it? I have not seen Doctor Sleep yet. I do want to watch it. Um, Unfortunately, I heard, which I could be wrong, or it could be wrong, but I heard that the Kubrick movie has a lot of inconsistencies because we know that certain characters in the Kubrick movie died in the movie but didn't die in the book, so they should appear in Doctor Sleep. But um, I may or may not have to watch the Stephen King adaptation to kind of see what they're going. But then again, I could just read the book. So, but I haven't seen it yet. No. Ever heard of Peter Laws? He's a minister from England on YouTube who's also a big horror fan. You would be interesting if you and Holden could make a collab with him discussing horror and faith. Wow. I think hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Joom Limkel. That would be great. I'm actually gonna write his name down now, because I would love to reach out to. Well, thought I had a pen handy, but I don't. But yeah, definitely. My email should be in the about section of the page. Email me his info if you don't mind. I'd love to make that happen. If Holden's not available because he's so busy, at least I would like to try and reach out. That'd be great. Gotta go study for finals now. See ya. All right, Papa Tater Tots. Thank you for sliding by and hanging out. Have a good one and good luck on your studies. Let's see. Doctor Sleep is a sequel to the book and not the Kubrick film. Cool. Gotcha. Yeah, the Kubrick film. Oh, you're asking. Yes, the Kubrick film. The Kubrick film. Stephen King did not like it because it wasn't as faithful to the book. He did change a lot of it. He according to Stephen King, he made Shelley Duvall's character not. She's like a badass in the book, and in the movie, obviously, she was portrayed as like this, like for the most part, as this helpless woman or whatever. He hated that, which I can't blame him for that. But I think Kubrick was trying to like highlight how she was just horrified, and I think it came off as bad to Stephen King. But one of the biggest changes was that Dick Haggerty, I always forget his last name. He did not die in the book, and in the movie, Jack Torrance kills him with the axe. In the book, he doesn't. In the book, I forget who he kills. He kills someone else, and he does it with like a bat or something. He doesn't do it with an axe, but Kubrick wanted it to be a real like big jump scare, and that directly contradicts Doctor Sleep because he's in that book. What I do love, which is kind of like unrelated but not really, is that the chef Dick Haggerty, I forget his name. His character is also in It. He saves Mike Hallen. See, another H last name, I can't remember. He saves Mike, his dad, from dying, and that character used to live in Derry, and then he got a job at the Overlook, which I thought that was awesome. As a writer myself, I love doing stuff like that. Connor was kind of bland compared to Ezio. I could agree with that. I mean, to me, I think Ezio was kind of like shoved down our throat. I didn't think he needed 3 games. I was just kind of tired of him at times. But Ezio was very, did have a character arc, and I did enjoy that. But I didn't think it needed 3 games to exemplify, in my opinion. But that's just my thought on it. Whatever happened to the sequel to Passion of the Christ? I heard about that they were going to highlight certain things. I'm not sure. I know Mel Gibson had a lot of controversial topics and events that happened shortly after it came out. Maybe that had something to do with it, but I'm not sure. Shelley Duvall did do a great job. Yes, she did. So much so that I think it changed her life forever. Hopefully she, got the help she needed. I haven't really looked up how she's doing currently. I know she's a lot older now, but I know she had a lot of torment when she filmed that movie for sure. What did I think of the MCU? I'm definitely a fan. I love the MCU. I'm a huge Marvel fan. I mean, I you got just head over to Holden's channel and see all the videos on the MCU that we've made. Authentic Thomas, we love that universe for sure. Um, the movie ruined her life. Yeah, yes, it did. Apparently, the sequel to Passion of the Christ was meant to be called The Resurrection. Yes, I did hear that. I did hear that. On Halloween, I saw The Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 back to back at my local theater, and it was just the best. That's awesome, dude. I love screenings like that. The Real House, on Holden, I don't know if you're coming from Holden Hardman's channel or not. He's one of the collabs that we're all in a team. He and I were able to interview Tom Sullivan, which was the VFX artist for The Evil Dead, and that was one of the funnest interviews I've ever done. Definitely head over to Holden Hardman on YouTube and check out that video. It was a lot of fun. Jeremy was with us too, actually, as well. What's up, Pastor? Congrats on 5K subs, bro. I'm almost at 3K. Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you're growing as well. That's awesome. It's a blast, isn't it? I like your Jason head back there. Thank you. The head is a prop from like not Spirit Halloween, but like a Spirit Halloween store. I've had it for years. And then the mask, I bought a 99-cent mask on like eBay. I bought a whole bunch of them actually. I have them here because I make custom masks. So I bought a whole bunch of these. Like I have a whole I think like 10 of them. And that mask behind me was a one of those white masks, and I hand painted it and distressed it and everything. And I'm thinking about raffling it on the channel. Oh, that's a good segue. Am I excited for WandaVision? Yes, I actually am excited for that. Definitely seen some of that. Favorite MCU character. My favorite one would probably have to be Black Panther. I think Black Panther was probably the most balanced. I'm a big Thor fan, but Thor was, the grandiose Thor up until the end. Black Panther was always consistent as far as like knowing what he was supposed to do and knowing that, and then learning that he was his own man. His father had faults, but he is his own man. He is king, and he needs to do, that whole thing about his growth was amazing. Black Panther for sure. Hey, Pastor, congrats on 5K. What's one of my favorite episodes from Batman, the animated series? Not counting the one with the Joker or two partners. LO1, mine's Heart of Ice. I don't know the series by heart as well as that. My biggest memory of the Batman animated series time was Batman Mask of the Phantasm. I love that movie, so I need to rewatch the show in order to give you my favorite episode. What did I do for Halloween? Me and my friends dressed up as the Avengers. I was Thor. That's awesome. I had a bagel once. I like your name, by the way. So for Halloween, we filmed a short film the day before Halloween, or 2 days before Halloween. On Halloween, I had a troupe with the 501st, so I was dressed up as a TIE pilot for a trunk or treat. Met a lot of kids. They loved it. I had the whole thing, my helmet, which is back there. I had a voice box, so I kind of sounded like a pilot. It was all super awesome, and the kids loved it. And then took my kids or my wife, while I was trooping at the trunk or treat, she got in line and took our boys who were dressed as Miles Morales Spider-Man and Peter Parker Spider-Man, and she was dressed as a closet cosplay of the Mad Hatter, and they had a lot of fun. And then we went out, we ate, and kind of came home and unloaded and relaxed, and the boys enjoyed their candy. So Halloween was cool. It was very busy because we had a lot going on. So next year we're probably going to black out our schedule and enjoy Halloween a lot more, so that we don't sleep in till 11 o'clock, because we were all wiped, and we can enjoy Halloween for a good 12 hours. Because even though I enjoy Halloween every day because I love it so much, we want to do more stuff with the kids now that they're getting older. Hey, Pastor, congrats on 5K. Thanks. I really appreciate it. All the congrats. Thank you so much. Thank you. Teleanimated. Yeah, the costume, it's great. It was good enough for me to get into the 501st, and it was also good enough for Disney to approve me to troop at Disneyland. If it wasn't for COVID, I would have done that this year. So I was really happy that I emailed them pictures of my costume, and they were like, yeah, you're good to march for a Lucasfilm event. And I was like, really? They're like, yep, it's good to go. It's official. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Were there any questions you wanted to ask but didn't get to ask Tom Sullivan? No, not really. I mean, he basically answered a lot of our preemptive questions just in telling us his journey. he was like, you know, we were all looking at each other going, well, he answered that question, you know. So that's technically got everything answered. And he was such a joy to talk to. And he says he does a lot of conventions. So when COVID goes away, we hope to see him at one of them. For Halloween, I dressed as Spider-Man. That's awesome. Yeah, Spider-Man's it's a great costume. Congrats on 5K, dude. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I read that one. Sorry. That's amazing. Yeah, COVID. I'm ready for COVID to go away. Mark McKeever, what's going on? Sup, brother? Congratulations on 5K. Thank you so much. Couldn't have the Hulk, my friend. We couldn't have the Hulk, my friend who was gonna be him. His mom got COVID. Oh man, that sucks, dude. I hope she has a speedy recovery. I know that's terrible. It's scary what's going on in the world now, man. So while we're getting a break, and I seem to be caught up in chat, I announced this a long time ago. This Marvel backpack that I was going to raffle off on the channel. I still am. I just wanted to honestly allow my Patreon to grow a little bit because at the time I don't think I had it even started. So now for the month of November, I'm going to raffle this off on Patreon. I'm going to have a link to the channel in the description below, and hopefully, you know, that'll help, you know, that me taking time for the Patreon to establish gave people enough time to, like, you know about it and stuff. If you want to be entered in the raffle, you know, any one of the tiers, you get your name put into the pool. I have, I believe, 3 tiers on Patreon. I have a $5 tier, a $10 tier, and a $25 tier, I believe. Actually, I haven't looked at my Patreon page in a couple days now, so I'm going to tell you guys as I pull it up right now exactly what's going on there. Okay. Well, verification is required. Let's see here. Sorry about that. I should have had this up. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good start of the week. I know here it's getting a lot colder, and we're having to go out and tie down our like make sure that our plants are covered because we don't want to freeze and all that. So hopefully everything, you know, stays relatively you know, safe as far as like not having busted water pipes and all that. I don't know if you guys live in cold parts of the world. I'm getting blown up on my email. I hope that's not too loud for you guys. Let's see. Well, trying to find. I don't know why I'm having trouble with authenticating the Patreon. I guess I haven't logged on to Patreon on my computer yet. Doing it on my phone so far. The Leatherface sound is amazing. Oh, thank you. That's my text tone. Whenever I get a text message, that goes off. So I hope everybody's having a good day and staying safe out there wherever you are in the world. If you haven't voted yet, get out and vote. It's very important. You know, we shape our country. So definitely, if you're old enough to get out there and vote, let your voice be heard. All right, let's see. Okay, there we go. So got my Patreon page up finally. Let's see here. So, still learning to navigate this Patreon thing. All right. So yeah, I basically have. Let's see. There we go. So I have 3 tiers, and we'll do a little Patreon plug-in right now. So I have 3 tiers. The first tier is Padawan. It's $5 a month. You basically get your name at the end of every video. So after, for those of you that don't know, after my videos post, at some point, whether during the outro or when my when I'm urging you guys to stick around and stuff like that, your names will just start scrolling up, and it'll say patrons, thank you, and you'll see your name on every video. And your name will be added to a monthly comic giveaway. So if I don't have something cool like this backpack to give away, then my default thing, because I have tons and tons of them, is to give away comic books, and I'll add your name to a comic book giveaway. Certain months I'll do 2 comic, so I'll pull 2 of them out of the pool. It's not always going to be one. Sometimes it'll be one. Sometimes, like I said, it'll be more than one. But those are the 2 things you get at the $5 level. And as I said, in case I didn't make it clear, you get your name added to whatever raffle I give off that month. So just so that's clear. The second tier is Jedi Knight, and that's $10 a month. And basically you get the private Discord access, which I do have Discord. I just haven't had like a request for it, so I just have that up there. If that's something that you guys, if any of you out there are at the $10 Jedi Knight level and you really want access to the Discord, let me know. I just haven't had enough requests for that. So it has been made. I just haven't used it yet because I haven't had anyone ask for it. Your name at the end of every video, voting power towards future content. So I will post a poll, which I've done that already once on Patreon, and anybody that's at this tier or higher will have voting power towards future content. Your name added to the monthly giveaway, just like previous tier. You get a thank you video, which those of you at this tier, I will give a shout out video encompassing everyone on Patreon to kind of have everyone get their moment in the spotlight. But in the future, I will send a thank you video. But actually, I'll probably just do it on a live stream to give you a shout out instead of a personal video. That way, everyone can know how awesome you are for being a patron. And then you get early access to select videos. And then my third and final tier, as of now, is the Jedi Master tier. You get everything from the previous 2 tiers, in addition to playing D&D with me once a month, and as your DM, and you get to play with me once a month. So what I'm going to do is, if I get, for example, more than 7 people that are patrons at the Jedi Master level, I'm going to separate the sessions into 7 people sessions, if that makes sense. So if let's say I have 14 patrons at this level, I'm going to do 2 separate sessions where I play with 7 of you, so that it's not 14 people in one session, so you guys can get to play and have fun and get your own moments in the game. So that's how I intend to do that. If any of you really want to do that, I know I have 2 people right now, I think, at that level. If one of you out there is at that $25 level and you're ready to do that, let me know, because I'm game. Your name at the end of every video, because like the other ones, your voting card gets, or your name gets added to future content for voting, as I said earlier. And then you get bonus videos. So I have 4 videos that I'm actually editing right now, and I'm going to release them on Patreon as they get done. And that's exclusive to that tier, so only members of that tier will get those bonus videos. It'll be like vlog style videos. Anything cool that I do, I'll cut a video real quick and throw it on there. Not necessarily am I going to only put those videos on here, but I am going to put a lot of them on here exclusive to, as a thank you to the patrons that support the channel on that level. But yeah, that's so far what I have right now on Patreon. If any of that sounds appealing to you, definitely check that out. That helps the channel directly. So I really appreciate it, those of you that have helped so far, because you have provided me with the means to get equipment and get stuff towards channel, buying the props for like those videos that we did. Like, even though the video is going to be on Holden's channel, I still, because we're a giant community, we're in our Team 6, we help each other out. So a lot of this support that we get, we put it straight into content, and you guys are awesome. So definitely check out the Patreon if you want to support the channel directly. Also, I have a Teespring page, which I'll put that link down in the description below as well. That'll be a good way to support the channel directly in addition to Patreon. Maybe you want a shirt that is a channel shirt, a Snap TV video shirt, or one of my pastor's clergy shirts. I have a bunch of designs on my Teespring page. Like I said, all the links will be in the description below if you guys want that. It's a really cool concept because basically you guys just go on there and order the shirt you want and it gets sent directly to your house. So that's a great way to support the channel as well. So enough plugging. Now back to the chat. Mark McKeever, I am going to send you the link of the Discord. I have it written down since I haven't used it. I don't remember what the password and the name of it is. I'll definitely send you a link. MN Comic Books, Mark McKeever, you guys will definitely get that link. Nikki, congrats, Pastor. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All the cheers and the emojis. Thank you so much for that. How familiar are you with the DCAU? I'm guessing it's animated universe. How do you feel about it as a whole? I am not as well versed with the animated DC universe as other universes and as other people may be. I have only seen a few, and like I saw The Killing Joke, I saw Gotham by Gaslight, which I loved, with the exception of that one scene with Batman and Barbara, which was kind of weird. But I think they're good. I think DC definitely has the animated medium down packed. I think they are better than Marvel. I think Marvel, in my opinion, is catered a lot to the smaller or the younger demographic, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just as an someone who's 30 years old, I don't identify as much with the little bobblehead Iron Man running around and stuff, as much as I would something that's a little bit more serious. So but I definitely think that the DC animated stuff that they put out is just so polished that they have that in the bag. That is definitely their ace in the hole. So congrats on 5,000 subs. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna. I just want to I've said this before in the past. I just want those of you who support the channel, that have the means to do so. Don't feel like you have to. Don't feel bad like, oh, I really wish I can give him money. That's not what this is about. It's just something that helps, the quality of the content. So don't feel like you're not a subscriber or you're not a supporter if you don't, subscribe to Patreon or become a patron or whatever. Definitely, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys regardless. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching videos like this. I appreciate you commenting and liking and everything that, comes free of charge, because that is definitely what this is about primarily. Everything else is secondary and not as important as this, because this is what I do this for. I don't do this for the money. I do this for the engagement. The money just helps, like I said, me provide a more polished, a more higher production value, that kind of thing. And if like things break, if my camera breaks, if my phone breaks, if my mic breaks, or I need a new whatever, that money gets used only for that. So and definitely it'll help me survive in order to do that, especially during COVID. So I just wanted to get that out there and make you guys aware that I don't just do this for money, essentially, because I feel bad plugging it, but I feel like if you guys don't know, you won't know. We love you, Pastor. Thank you so much, Nick. I really appreciate that. Have I been to San Diego? No, I have not even left. The only states, I've only been in the east side of the country, so I've never been to like Nevada or Cali or Washington or anything like that. I really want to, because a lot of stuff, like movies, and I want to visit the pawn shop from Pawn Stars just to say I've been there, take a photo in front of that sign. I want to see Mount Rushmore. Or not Mount Rushmore. The Hollywood sign. I mean, Mount Rushmore would be dope too, but I want to try, because for me, being from New York, I know that the tourist mentality is like really awesome, but I live there, so I want to go places where it would be super cool for me to be there, because I've never experienced it, if that makes sense. The Real House, this live is groovy. Thank you so much. Groovy. Hey, Pastor, have I seen the extended cut for Batman v Superman? I've heard that it's a big improvement over the theatrical version. Side note, what are your thoughts on the DCEU as a whole? I have not seen the Batman v Superman yet, I guess the Snyder cut. Holden and I are definitely gonna watch it. I don't know if we're gonna watch it together, but I think that's my son who just woke up. But definitely, I'm excited for it. I saw the clip of Batman in the or Superman in the black suit, which I thought was sweet. Side note on the DCU, I enjoy it. Wonder Woman, flawless in many ways. I've only seen it like twice, so I got to rewatch it. But from what I remember, it was flawless. I really enjoyed Aquaman, and I love Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. Unfortunately, my kid had just woke up, and he's screaming my name, so I might have to cut the live short. Let me see any last questions before I jet. Kev's vlog channel, hello to you. Thank you for sliding by. Definitely feel free, those of you who are getting here, late or at the end of the stream, to watch the rest of it once it buffers or does all that stuff and uploads. Thank you for doing this, Pastor. Appreciate it. Thank you for helping me get to 5,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like what you see or you enjoy me talking, because that's all that this was, definitely subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share this video. Help grow the community. That is the most important thing that you can do for the channel. That supersedes any kind of support. Patreon, Teespring, all that included. Growing the channel is what I would love more than anything else, because then I get to do things like this and talk to you guys and reach all of you and, get your suggestions and make more videos and just grow the community. If you happen to be here, trying to organize my thoughts before I go, if you happen to be here because of me only and you don't know anything about the other collaborators and content creators that are part of my team, definitely head over to Movies Are Terrible over here on YouTube. That's Jeremy Branch. He is a great guy. He loves movies as much as me, if not more. And Holden Hardman is pretty much the all father of us. His channel is the biggest. His channel is the most successful, and he is a lot of the reason why we are able to reach out and we were able to get an audience. So big shout out to Holden Hardman here on YouTube. And Matt Lane Fitness is probably the greatest, most selfless person I've ever met. I know I try to be a selfless person, but Matt is incredible. If I'm having a hard time, Matt is always there for me. If any of us are having a hard time, Matt is always there for us. He's a great guy. He's a great human being. He's just awesome. So check out Matt. His channel is Matt Lane Fitness. He'll help you with your physical fitness, your mental fitness, your spiritual fitness, everything. So definitely check us out on YouTube. I'm going to put all these descriptions and all these links and everything in the description. I just have to go tend to my kid. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys 3,000. And yeah, you guys are great. I'll see you guys real soon. Take it easy.